our favourite bit.
Oh my god.
So we've seen Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Seen Oppenheimer a couple of times already.
Sure, it's true. Yeah, yeah. I love us. We saw it, and then there was a discussion of whether or not to see Barbie again or Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And I, before even seeing either one, said we're going to see Oppenheimer a second time. Not even questioning. Not even questioning. Not for a second.
Da-na-na-na-na.
What? Oh, 2 seconds. Oh, good.
Sweet, it's...
Oh. Which is like...
Whoops. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
You talk?
I wanted you to talk. You had no conversation. I was doing something, and then you were just silent. And I was just like, what is he doing? That's why I tapped you on the leg. I was like, do something. I was in the middle. I was like...
Do something! Do something, Peter! Do something!
You're like, let's not talk about Christopher Nolan until we're ready to talk about Christopher Nolan. Then I'm like, what am I supposed to talk about? Not Christopher Nolan?
Yeah, true.
That is all we've been watching constantly. I've had no sleep. Because some of these movies do not go for a short amount of time.
You've had no sleep. Oh my god.
I'm
Dims.
I like sleep. It's good. It's good for the soul. It's good for the soul. It really is, actually. I'm just tired.
No sleep is good for the soul? Is that what you're
No,
going?
sleep is. No sleep makes you cranky and start yelling for no reason.
Ah, like you're doing now?
Yes!
Oh, this is good stuff. I love this. I love it.
Da, da, da. No. I was just thinking about it. Which Nolan movie has the best score in it?
Interstellar.
You think it's Interstellar?
Just give away, my
No, I wasn't. You could have just said different ones, but you just wanted to go, oh, it's Interstellar, without even a second thought.
No, but like it's a part of the show that we're going to talk about.
Yeah, but it's not what... You're ranking the movies, not the score of the movies. That's an aspect of it.
True.
True. What? Are you want to rank scores of movies? The Barbie movie score?
Well, let's do it. Let's
rank the Barbie movie score over the Oppenheimer score.
That song Ken is pretty good.
The Ken song?
Yeah.
That's the best part of the movie.
100%.
I was trying to think of what's the best part of Barbie. It's the Ken song, I think. I think that's the highlight.
Oh, it's a highlight.
I can't. I want to watch it again because I feel like I wasn't paying attention the first time around. I don't know.
You weren't paying attention the first
No,
time?
I was, but I mean, like, people are saying they're very emotional over how Barbie is, right? And I'm thinking, I watched the same movie. I did not feel any of that. And I'm, I don't know. It's just weird.
Well, you are weird.
I felt more emotion coming into Oppenheimer than I did Barbie.
You are weird.
I'm a Barbie girl.
We know this. All right.
It's true. You want to start?
Let's start. Welcome to Pete and Hannah's review channel, special edition of What's Next, the show where we help you figure out what to watch next. I'm here with my great co-host Hannah.
It's me.
Yes, it is you.
It's me.
Today we are ranking the Christopher Nolan movies. We'll do a review of each movie. He's done 12, and we've recently seen Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
And then we'll fight to the death on who's number one. So should be some good stuff. Those who've seen the Mission Impossible ranking show, it's a bit loose, and there's Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises. It is
Batman.
Real loose.
Yeah, Batman changes the game.
What are your thoughts on Christopher Nolan? What was your first movie that you saw?
The first, it probably would have been one of the Batmans.
Yeah.
But I think it's Dark Knight Rises. The Dark Knight Rises is the first one I saw actually at the movies.
Yeah.
And for me, when I go back on films I love, I think Dark Knight Rises is just up there. It made me like, oh, I love the score, I love the action, I love the heart and everything about it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
No, I don't know. I just really like his storytelling is a bit loose because he just writes.
Yeah.
He writes in different time fragments, and it's just something he does. It's not. He's not trying to break someone's brain. He's literally just piecing it together as he's writing it.
Yeah.
And I don't know. He's just an interesting filmmaker.
First movie I saw was Memento. And then I saw Insomnia at the Brisbane Film Festival, and then every time he released a movie, I was seeing it. So I love him. I don't think he's a great filmmaker, and there's not too many original filmmakers making huge event.
But you can also tell his films from anyone else's.
Yeah,
like he definitely has a signature style in a way about them, and the
does.
fact that he writes most of his and directs them, it's just.
So he's from London. He has an American mum, and that's where his love of movies came from. He's an English major. He's got a brother. They did a TV show called Persons of Interest.
Yeah, I know. You're a big fan.
Big fan of that. Jonathan Nolan also helped him write some of the Batman movies. But we'll just go into each movie. So the first movie was the 1998 movie Following.
Yeah.
Follows the life of a man that follows people around, and he's a writer. He's trying to, and then he just picks a person, just follows them around, and just watches them until someone watches them, and it unfolds from there. Elements there, back and forward. It's a simple story. It's got a lot of heart. It's gritty. It's a crime drama. You can see the elements of Nolan working here.
Yeah.
Rating for this movie, I would probably say golf clap. I really enjoyed it.
I liked it.
It's actually the first time I've ever watched it. It's currently streaming on AMC Plus in Australia. Check your local listings for where else I was seeing. But I really liked it. What are your thoughts?
It. I was like, oh, I like this whole it's you can tell it's Nolan, but it's still just small indie kind of thing.
He this got selected for the Toronto Film Festival. A bit of story about this movie. He was working at the time with his producing partner, Emma Thomas, who became his wife. And they were working, and then they were filming this one day a week. Mm-hmm. And it took them nearly a year to film it. Oh. And it's in black and white. It's shot on film. Nolan is a notorious, he just always shoots on film, no digital.
Yeah, I love that.
Not many CGI stuff. It's all practical stuff.
Oh yeah, it's just a really basic.
Yeah, he just thinks that it gives it a more life to it.
And then it's got the whole
CGI is safe.
Yeah, and it's right off the gate. It does have that time, his split time jumping.
Time jumping. Yeah.
So because there's a kind of one story, but in different sections of the time.
Yeah,
and
it just goes back and forward. Yeah, and he doesn't let you know that it's happening. Yeah,
you can figure out from just the way the main character looks.
Yeah,
and that is so you don't have to tell anyone.
Yeah,
you can just figure it out for yourself.
Yeah, it's definitely a gritty crime drama, and along those lines of the British crime shows.
Yeah. 100%.
The next movie is the 2000 thriller Memento. Memento is about a man who has a problem retaining memories, has Polaroids, and gets tattoos to remember. You can definitely tell that he's just adding little bits and pieces of him.
Yeah.
And he's amazing at doing that. He really is.
This movie I struggle with a lot until like towards the end when it all pieces
Yeah,
together. I think it's just so slow.
It like even in the trailer it shows you that you start at the end and then it'll work your way back to the start, so it's not giving anything away. His wife has died. It's a violent act. He cannot remember anything.
After it, because he gets injured, and then but he knows he needs to find the killer, and it's
I definitely think you should watch this. This movie is you got to pay attention. You got to turn everything off.
It's not one you can.
But yeah, when I first saw this, I was like, God, this guy's amazing. You know, this is an amazing film, and he wrote this one, and yeah, it's really good. Guy Pearce is in it. Joe Pantoliano is in it. You see a lot of characters. This probably one not so. But a lot of movie his actors are repeats.
Yeah, he starts to
so in following, there's a few guys that are in Tenet and
that they pop up in his different movies.
Yeah, for sure. So that's Memento. We'll definitely watch that.
Oh, it's definitely
that one is currently streaming on Fetch. So I had to buy a Fetch set-top box for this. Physical media. Come on, guys. I know that there's like some different studios he's working with, and it's hard to get some stuff. But
but I mean, it shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah. The third movie is Christopher Nolan movie is Insomnia 2002. Yeah. So we're ranking the Christopher Nolan movies that people that just are rocked up. We're up to the third movie. This is the one that he didn't write.
Yeah. So
it's just directed this one.
Yeah.
It's about a famous detective who's working on a case in Alaska from LA. He goes to Alaska because he's trying to get away from an internal affairs investigation. And then being in Alaska, it's daylight all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So he struggles to sleep. And then he's trying to... It's a cat and mouse game with a serial killer or a killer. It's probably the weakest movie that he's got. I'll probably give it a golf clap. Oh, no. Probably I fell asleep. It's Insomnia.
I find that it feels the least like Christopher Nolan, this movie. He doesn't really...
He didn't write it.
He didn't write it.
Yeah.
So he doesn't play with...
It's a remake as well.
He doesn't play with time. Yeah, and I guess...
Scandinavian movie remake.
It's a movie like this is more about...
It's great actors in it.
It's more about the performance.
Academy Award winner Al Pacino. Academy Award winner Hilary Swank. Academy Award winner Robin Williams.
It's a movie that's more about the performances rather than the directing.
Nolan just attracts so many good actors.
He does.
So
he continues to do that. People just want to work with
Insomnia again is streaming on Fetch.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a physical copy.
No one wants that one.
Seriously, come on, let's get physical copies, guys. The fourth movie, so he through the buzz from his first couple of movies, he got picked up by Warner Brothers, and he was tapped to reboot Batman Begins after disastrous Batman and Robin.
Is crazy.
2005. Look, everyone knows Batman's story. It goes back to the start where Batman becomes Batman.
Yeah, year one.
Bruce Wayne, he fights Ra's al Ghul and Scarecrow, and this is the first time we see Cillian Murphy. He comes back 6 times in 6 Nolan movies.
Yeah.
And look, we did a big rewatch of these recently, and it's it's probably going back. It's probably like we rate the other movies highly, but like this movie is really good.
Oh no, Batman Begins. Batman Begins is excellent. The fact that he not only goes, Batman Begins is good, and then he's like, but wait, I've got more under the belt. But also the fact that he was given it, like he's only done a few movies, and then it's like, oh, this guy, he'll do Batman.
Amazing.
And then it's like this is when you start getting to that full on big action Nolan, and it's incredible.
Well, to him go from like he's just building, he's gone from his own movie following to Memento to Insomnia, where he gets in the studio system with touch-on pictures, and then he's big studio. Like the fact that he, like normally when directors take over a big franchise thing, IP, big action thing. It takes them a while to get hit their ground running.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
he was amazing how he put it all together. Like, it is one of the best action movies of this century. I think.
Yeah,
It's a hidden gem, Batman Begins,
Literally.
of Nolan movies. The fifth movie. So he's making Batman movies, and then he flips between original scripts and he's writing scripts. This movie is the 2006 movie Prestige.
Yeah.
Rating for this movie, I think, is a banger.
Yeah, I would give that too.
obviously.
I'd give that 1 star just to one person.
It's about two magicians who are battling to be the best. One is standing trial for the murder of the other.
Oh, and
It's a simple story. It's just like two guys. It's a duel movie.
yeah,
we love the duel movies.
It's
And the people that are dueling is Hugh Jackman and Christian Bale. God, this cast is so good. It's got Michael Caine in it. Michael Caine's here for a second time. He was here for the first time. He was, it started now. Batman Begins. And don't worry, sir. You can borrow the roles, but as long as you fill it up on the way back. Michael Caine's in it. The Turn. The Prestige. Great.
You're forgetting the most important person in that movie.
Scarlett Johansson.
Nope.
Rebecca Hall.
No.
Are you talking
The
about
person-
Tesla?
Yes, Nikola Tesla.
Andy Serkis?
No.
David Bowie's in it.
David Bowie. The fact that Christopher Nolan really wanted him, and he begged to have Bowie to get to be in this movie. Bowie. I just love that
the
guy.
Bowie.
I love that guy.
Love the boy. This movie, like, again, it's probably the most simple movie, as in picking the story apart and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, because it's told from he starts
Diaries.
reading diaries,
Yeah.
and so it's told from each other reading each other's diary.
Story, yeah.
And it's so
Yeah.
done really well. Instead of you're doing the back and forth, but in a completely
He's
unique way.
so amazing.
Yeah,
he's so
it
amazing.
actually is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And then there's because
Yeah.
it's magicians, it's like the twist, and everyone wants to learn each other's secrets, and it's like
A few people have joined. Thanks for watching. We're ranking the Nolan movies, and we're up to the fifth movie, Prestige. So if you want to drop a comment on your favorite Nolan movies, we'll read all the comments at the end. And thanks everyone for watching so far. Prestige, what a cast!
serious.
What a cast! Music again, just if you haven't seen Prestige,
I
definitely
think
see it. Yeah. Sixth movie is Dark Knight. 2008. Second movie, the Batman trilogy. This movie is an all-time classic. Heath Ledger, Christian Bale, Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman, Maggie Gyllenhaal. Amazing.
Yeah, don't be just because we ranked it low on a Batman list doesn't mean it's a bad movie.
It's a great movie.
It's a great movie. One of the best movies.
It's a great, everyone says one of the best crime heist movies of all time.
One of the best superhero movies of all time.
The set pieces in this movie are amazing. Ledger is just amazing.
Yeah.
Alfred, just,
Perfection.
Yeah, it just, we
Some
talked
men
about
just want to watch the world
were
burn.
You want to do it? Sunburn. Just want to watch the men burn. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to tell you I told you so.
But I did bloody tell you.
I didn't bloody tell you so. So Dark Knight, an amazing film, and
it's incredible.
Sound. Oh God, Nolan and his sound, guys, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's
brilliant. Great sixth film. They changed the Oscars after that because it didn't get nominated, and now it's 10 films. It should have got nominated.
It
Best Picture.
should have, and
over $1 billion. Just
well,
I don't care about money style, but like a Batman movie making $1 billion at the time was huge.
Yeah, well, superhero movies weren't doing that numbers until after that.
Seventh film in Nolan ranking show is Inception, 2010. A rich person hires somebody to put an idea in another rich person's head.
It's hard to describe this movie.
It's a movie about mind manipulation, basically mind heisting.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing cast. Nolan just brings the cast
like
out.
after Batman Begins, it is like seriously.
Yeah.
It's just cast like people just want to work with this guy. Like he's
Some of his
incredible.
cast is great though.
Yeah, no, but I mean,
Yeah.
it's he didn't. It was
Yeah.
kind of a thing, but I'm saying after that, people want
Leonardo
to work with him.
DiCaprio, Cillian Murphy,
Yeah.
Tom Hardy,
Yep.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Elliot Page.
Yep.
Michael Caine again.
Mm-hmm.
Ken Watanabe. Like,
Yeah.
subtle. I loved him. Just a great movie.
Yeah, it's good.
The sound, the folding back on nature, the last 20 minutes of this movie when it's all unfolding in his head and it's all the levels.
Yeah.
Wow. If you haven't seen Inception, definitely see it.
Yeah.
It's got a great start as well. It's just straight into it.
Yeah, it's got a really good start.
Great action scenes. He's just a great action director. The 8th film. We've talked about this movie a lot. It's Dark Knight Rises, 2012.
Yes.
Rating for that movie. Rating for Inception, I think it's a banger, but you might disagree.
I think less.
Dark Knight Rises is an all-time classic,
Yeah.
start to end, flawless movie, sound, music, banger cast. You cannot not love this movie.
I don't accept people going like, oh, but it's not as good as Dark Knight. But I'm like, yeah, come on, like seriously, it's still really enjoyable.
I'm trying not to do it.
No, please don't.
I told you.
Now, that plane scene at the start.
Oh.
We're talking about the start of this movie. Is
Nolan's
incredible.
starts are great.
Oh, they're the best. And that whole like plane dropping scene is incredible. Just absolutely incredible. And then just this is like his first working with so like he starts working a lot with bombs after this. Like,
Yeah, he does.
He plays a lot with
It's the first like real big set piece where he has like people fighting each other as well. Which...
Yeah, it's like this is a climactic moment.
Yeah.
Like, and he really just pulls no.
They just go at each other in this movie. It's really good.
He's just trying to
the
do crazy
Bale,
stuff.
Tom Hardy bit of this movie, so good.
Yeah.
And like as a Batman movie goes,
Batman's
number
great.
one.
Batman's
Number
great. He's,
Dark Knight.
we did put it.
I'm so sorry. You trusted me. I let you down.
Michael Caine that's his best.
Gary Oldman in this. Oh man.
Oh,
Gary Oldman. We haven't talked about Gary Oldman in the first 3 Batman movies, but
Gary Oldman is great. He's the best.
We'll talk about Gary
he's a
Oldman
good
in a little bit.
He's a
in a
good.
little bit more time. The 9th film, 2014's Interstellar.
Yeah. This
Rating
is
for this movie, golf clap.
really.
Yeah.
You put this at a golf clap.
Elevator pitch. Due to the human excesses, the world is ending. We follow Cooper, who's a farmer, decides to join a mission. Who's a former pilot.
Yeah.
It's a mission to save the world, leaving his family behind. It's a father-daughter relationship at the heart of this movie. The way Nolan uses sound, it's his superpower. Like, and not just sound, like turning the sound on, it's also turning it off.
Yeah, because in space you can't hear anything.
Yeah.
So he knows that. So
like in Oppenheimer, he uses it so well. Yeah.
But in this, it is incredible. I'm not a big fan of space movies. I don't love spaces. The Final Frontier, But this movie, how it drives this whole idea of humanity's last resorts and everything. It just.
Hans Zimmer in this movie.
Oh, it's his best work.
Yeah,
it's
he's
his
right.
Best work.
Yeah, he's
like he's done.
So good.
He's done a great catalog
I
of
love
different.
Hans Zimmer, and I love
this.
It makes you love this movie.
This is incredible.
Great cast again: Matthew McConaughey, Jessica Chastain, Michael Caine,
and
Topher Grace,
and Hathaway comes back.
Casey Affleck, John Lithgow.
Yeah.
Wow, where's Bentley? A sneaky cameo here by one Matt Damon. We don't want to give that one away if you haven't seen it, but wow.
Wow, yeah,
seriously, wow, Matt Damon.
And just how it all comes and then rewatching it, I never the emotional heart this movie has.
Yeah.
It does have that. I know you're like...
McConaughey and Ellen Burstyn have got a lot of chemistry as father and daughter, but not Jessica Chastain and Matthew
I just
McConaughey.
think it's harder for people who are similar ages to have chemistry as a father-daughter.
You know who should have played Matthew McConaughey's character?
Who?
George Clooney.
No, you're wrong.
Clooney should have done this.
No.
Have you seen Clooney in Gravity? He's a space guy.
No.
He's a space guy. And Clooney, there was a Netflix movie. Oh, I'm gonna post it later, but like it was like a end of the world sort of thing, and he found this girl in a capsule, and he has to get her onto this spaceship. I watched it recently. It's like
you love Clooney.
He's a great actor. He should have been in Interstellar.
No.
Nolan and him should work together. I reckon Nolan would get.
I wouldn't mind.
I would reckon Nolan would
happen,
get some good stuff out of Clooney. A gritty crime drama with Clooney and Nolan. Give me that.
Spy thrillers.
Give me a spy thriller. I liked Interstellar. But like seriously, like ranking Nolan movies, it's hard because they're all good.
Yeah, they're actually they are all good. Some of them just have.
You know who's good in this?
What? Who?
Young Chalamet's in this.
Yes, young Chalamet.
Love the young Timothy Chalamet.
Just.
Mackenzie Foy
Can I
plays
just
the daughter.
say, Chalamet? You think he grows up to be Casey Affleck?
Yeah.
He does not grow up to be Casey
I think he grows up to be Casey Affleck. You know what shocked me is again, like writers writing young characters that are annoying. God, why do they have to do that?
That's because when you're older, you find kids annoying.
Oh,
You don't find them enjoyable.
Wow.
That's why.
Well, she got me in one. Next movie, the 10th movie of Nolan is Dunkirk, 2017.
Yeah.
It's nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah, it was.
It's about the Germans pushing France and Britain soldiers to the Dunkirk, which is not far away from England, and it's amazing. It is a really good movie. It's set in 3 different timelines.
Yeah, and it's got this whole
1
week, 1 day, 1
1
hour, and it's just it's like trying to get out of Dunkirk, and it's just like this kind of
British, all British actors: Kenneth Branagh, Mark Rylance, Tom Hardy, Cillian Murphy again.
Your favorite actor in it.
Harry Styles. Mate, has anyone seen Don't Worry, Darling? God, that movie's wrecked.
He's very
because of Harry Styles. There's a car scene in Don't Worry, Darling. I don't know if anyone's seen it. Probably not, because not me saw it. But
no, on Netflix.
Oh, yeah, it's on Netflix.
It's very highly rated now that it's on streaming.
Sound, how he builds tension in this movie.
It's incredible.
The music, score.
I get more scared in a Nolan movie than I do a horror movie, just because the sound is what frightens me, and it just
the thriller aspect of this guy is he's just amazing when
you really fear for like the safety.
He's incredible. He's really incredible. He is an underrated writer, screenplay. Yeah, and
I just like the fact that he's gone through doing like different kinds of movies.
I think this is a good time to bring up the fact that there's only one person that talks in this movie that's a woman.
Okay. Well,
he gets a lot of crap for his lack of writing for women.
I think it's just because he's writing as who he is in his stories and like the stories he comes up with, and you know I don't mind the fact because I'd rather him not project some random ideas of a woman that he doesn't know. But then he's also written like Murph in Interstellar. She's actually very strong. She's the hero basically. Yeah. So she's really strong. And then, Catwoman's great. But
he didn't create it though.
No, but he wrote Catwoman into the storyline.
Yeah, well, it could have been his brother.
But yeah, okay. But in a sense that I'd rather if it's his voice, and I'd rather if he doesn't want to project it.
Well, I think
because I think the people he then chooses who are like the actresses who they portray do portray. Like, we're not going to, Oppenheimer's we're going to talk about, but there's some really strong performances
amazing.
in that one.
The Dunkirk, I would say...
It's definitely like a boys' war movie.
Yeah, I would say it's probably his weakest of his modern movies.
And also it's just like, I love the fact he went from space to war, to like history war pieces. Like
first history piece.
He just like
based on a true story. First one.
Yeah, he just keeps like changing. He doesn't mind switching to a different kind of genre, even though it's the same feel of movies. I
think it's subjects that tickle him. I think.
Yeah,
I really do.
I like the fact that he just took it, like, you went from space and then you're like, I'm going back to time.
Yeah, well, like, just rewatching these movies, you just go like, even his like so movies, like, God, they're so good.
Yeah,
like,
they are good.
And like, we love movies, and we always say this, but like, movies are hard to make. Like, they're hard to make. There's so many elements to making a movie. Your script, your direction, your producing, your acting, sets, and putting it all together like that. And then
when the movie comes out, and then people just try to pull it apart, just because
like two jerks like on a stream, like saying
we're not pulling it apart.
We love it. No. I'm just saying, like, you just you're putting your whole heart out there, and then you know, Nolan gets it though when he promotes his movies. Like, he gets that he's got a whole filmography, and he talks about his movies. Like, I don't like actors and directors that don't like talking about their old stuff. They sweep it under
the rug. They're like, I did that. Sweep it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger does this really well, and he says it in his documentary Arnold on Netflix. Like, half the job is
promoting the movie,
and like always promoting a movie.
Right now they can't. But
I just like to bring up that we're supporting the actors and writers in their strike, and we think that everyone should get paid for everything that they do.
It's also a thing of job security. You know, they're choosing to have a job that can go from job to job, and they just want security that they're not going to get replaced by.
Everyone should just get paid for what they deserve, and these guys deserve it. Like putting on the show.
And also it's art, so art should be made by people, not just random people.
Yeah, and like this thing where they're just
the studios
not releasing physical media, and there's controlling it. I hate that stuff.
The studios need to fix
like the artist. If the artist wanted to release, they should release it.
Yeah, on any format they like. If they want to release
they want to release it on IMAX. They want to release it on a TV screen.
They want to bring back VHS tapes. Then by all means.
Yeah, it's Dunkirk. Number 11, Tenet. Oh my God, watched this movie last night. Watched this movie so many times. Yep. This movie was in the during COVID. First movie back.
It was going to save movies. This movie.
It did. How many times did you see? It's at the movies 10. At the movies. Okay, so elevator pitch, right? We follow the protagonist, played by John David Washington.
Yeah.
He's a CIA agent. He takes a cyanide pill, thinking that because he doesn't want to get interrogated, give away what they're chasing, and then
he's recruited. Basically,
he's recruited into this society.
All I have for you is a gesture.
And a phrase, Tenet. It'll open the right doors and the wrong doors as well. Now, so he's up against a guy that is getting weapons from the future, because the future wants to destroy the past.
This is his most meddling movie.
Destroy the past because of all the things that they've done, global warming, wars, and all that stuff like that. So, John David Washington, his protagonist. His officer is Robert Pattinson.
Oh, yeah. Incredible.
Bad guy, Kenneth Branagh.
Yep.
Elizabeth Debicki.
Oh.
Amazing.
It's bless you.
Oh, thanks.
It is definitely the one where people go, oh, I just can't understand it. And it's
open your mind, people. Just watch the movie and don't play on your phone. You get it.
The first couple times, though, it's like, I wasn't...
Get it? What? Just watch the movie.
The first couple times, I didn't get it, right? But I still enjoyed it because it was a really great action movie. It has so amazing stunts.
Opera. Second
opera
scene, the
this-
catching the bullet and learning what inversion's all about.
No. I'd go action. I'm talking about
then
you're talking about the car chase scene, the airport
No.
scene.
What about the bungee jump wall?
I love the bungee jumping.
Then you go to the airport scene.
Yeah, airport scene, which is incredible.
Hey, you're talking about crashing your plane. Not
Don't
so
be
much
so
so
dramatic.
That bit is a little
How
bit
big is the plane? No, that bit's a little dramatic.
Yeah.
And just the car chase and just how it all comes together. And then when I was rewatching it last night, and I was like, oh, where would I put this? And then I was watching the movie and actually listening to the explanation at the start where he finds out about the time travel.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my god, yeah, no, this all makes sense in the sense that when you're in the future, you go back in time, and when you're back in time, people see you as inverted. Like, people see you look like you're going backwards.
Yeah.
And also it's the fact that when you go back in time, the events haven't happened yet. So that's where people get confused. The events haven't happened yet because they're still working in the past. It's like
it's a mind.
when you start watching the movie a couple of times, you start to really comprehend everything that's going on.
It's an action film.
Yeah,
come on, guys.
It's
just an action film.
a pure action film.
And it's like a
great
buddy
heist.
It's a buddy cop heist.
Oh, I love Patterson and
great chemistry. Amazing
they were
chemistry.
Great.
Yeah.
And then
I
Patterson.
thought you would have worked that out by now. Like, just a great movie. And Ludwig von Horonson, he's done some scores for him.
Yeah. This was so incredible.
Well shot. Hotter von Hummeyer, the Scandinavian director of photography.
I love.
Mate, they work together. Amazing.
Yeah.
Like, he's done some great films.
It's so incredible, this movie.
The score, he did this score, he did also Oppenheimer. Oh man, this score is so good.
Yeah,
it is
score.
so good. So good. Loved it. Loved Tenet.
It's
rating for that movie is all-time classic. I love Tenet.
Yeah.
Michael Caine.
Goodbye, Michael.
But Saved the World. There we balance the
The
books.
books. Not going in books.
How brutal is this in this movie is Kenneth Branagh. He's brutal.
He's terrifying. Every time I see him, I only think of this movie.
If I can't have you, then no one will.
Not that insane.
Oh my god!
When he...
So intense! The veins in his neck! Wow!
Stop.
Well,
Stop.
if I can't have you.
Stop. Too much. Just talk about how he hits a guy with a gold brick.
Oh my god, he's like...
And the way
what did that support Elizabeth Debicki? Australia's own Elizabeth Debicki. Oh my god. Mother!
The way he threatens is just, I don't know. He's just
Oh my god.
terrifying.
And then what do he says to John David Washington about the balls thing? Oh my god. Oh my god. That is, Tenet. One more movie to talk about. The 12th movie, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
Elevator pitch. It's about Robert J. Oppenheimer, who father of the atomic bomb.
Yep, there you go.
That's it.
Does a bomb drop?
We won't go into big detail. We're gonna drop a review later in the week, but it's a really good movie.
I love this movie.
Yeah, let people see it, so we'll just give it a few more days. But
some people are saying it's
his best work.
Some people saying it's best work. Some people saying it's like his version of JFK. If you've ever seen JFK.
Have I seen JFK?
Have you seen it before?
I would not say.
I'd say it is.
It is.
I don't know why you wouldn't say it's JFK.
I just don't think it's. Yeah.
But I think.
Seriously. It's not as conspiracy theorist.
No.
It's also like in Oliver Stone's JFK, you can tell that it wrecked Oliver Stone. Like, he put his heart and soul into that movie. There was
he
some.
went insane for it.
But I can see elements of it.
I know. No, I'm talking more. Just the way an idea crazed him.
He's gonna win an Oscar for this. I think it's gonna be best adapted screenplay. That screenplay is amazing.
It's incredible.
I think Hollywood's against him for directing and Best Picture, but that movie, that is a great screenplay.
Also recommend if you go to see the movie, make sure you're seeing it in a theater that has really good sound.
Yeah, we've seen it twice.
We saw it twice. One theater
seen
had great sound,
Yeah.
and you could just feel the cinema shaking.
Yeah.
And then the other one not so great, and you're like, it's good, but it needs that sound because there are certain
What
parts.
about there's only 70 places in America that you can watch the movie at its best thing, and there's one place in Australia. Oh, one place Southern Hemisphere.
And only 2 people know how to operate it.
And they're like, it's sold out until like August.
Yeah, you can't.
Like late August.
That is incredible. I also, it's just, this movie is actually...
The run time is not too bad.
The 3 hours, if you don't like talking movies, I think that's what...
The first hour goes so quick. There's
so
so much information in it.
I think it goes quick for the first 2 hours. I think it only slows down for the last hour, but that's just...
How it builds to the Trinity test,
yeah, it's
just... It's incredible how he does that sound in this movie. Oh my god.
Mind-blowing, some would say. I had a
Use
blast.
this joke all the time. You
I
cannot
had a
use that
blast.
joke. You cannot use that joke in the movie reviews.
I had a blast.
So that's it. That's the 12 movies of Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Now let's rank them.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start.
I think we're in agreement on what's last.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's last?
Unfortunately, Insomnia.
Number 12 is Insomnia.
Yeah. It just feels the least like...
You know why? Because he didn't write it.
Yeah.
And it's based on someone else's work. That's why.
And I just think it's more about the performances.
Yeah.
And I like Pacino a lot.
Yeah. Oh, I love Pacino. Pacino without sleep. You know? What about that story where Nolan tells about Pacino, how he says, I think you should redo it this way. He goes, and Pacino goes, I gave you what you wanted. You need to go back look at the dailies and have a look at them.
It's there in the daily.
It's there.
Yeah. And that's what it's...
And then you have a look at him and he goes, it was
and
there. Because you know what? Chino's the best.
And then that's how he knew with Cillian Murphy, because he didn't see it when he was doing it. And then when you go back on it, when you're watching it, you're like, oh, it's all there. It's all there.
If people want a deep dive on Nolan, I've been doing it over the last couple of weeks, and just so many good interviews.
He's doing a lot of interviews.
Great stories. He's doing a lot of interviews, but like he does these for most of his movies.
Yeah,
it's
but
so good.
I think
just reading about him. Interesting
people
guy.
are noticing. Yeah.
11 hen.
What
are you gonna go with?
I would, for me personally, it's Memento. I was not a huge lover of it. I was just like,
I don't think we saw it on a good copy like you.
Well,
we saw it like on
no,
Fetch. No offense, Fetch, but you know it wasn't a great.
I loved how it came together.
And we like subtitles and subtitles and.
I love how it came together in the end, but I just found the story I was like slow and boring. I just didn't enjoy it.
I like Memento, so my number 11 is Following. I thought it was good.
Yeah,
70 minutes, really quick. Just a simple gritty crime drama. But, you know, no invested in the characters. I hated them all. 10 for you.
I think it's the Following, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. I liked the story, and I liked how, I love the just simple detail and the fact that you can tell it's different times because of how the character looked. Like, I love that detail. You didn't need to tell me anything else.
That's a great detail.
Yeah, I just like that.
Good pick up there.
Just like that.
AMC Plus. For me, it's Dunkirk. I think it's his weakest movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's your 9.
That's my 9. Yeah.
I just think like he had to create that 1 week, 1 day, 1 hour thing. He had to create that. You know why? Because it's a weak story.
No, it's a war movie, and some people really like those.
If you want to see a war movie, see Saving Private Ryan. Come on.
I like Wonder Woman. I don't know why that's the only one I can think of.
Saving Private Ryan, you like that?
Yeah, I liked it too, but I like Wonder Woman a lot.
Matt
When she goes out on the battlefield, I love Wonder Woman.
So that's number 9 for you. My number 9 is Memento. I think Memento is... I really liked it. That's thriller trash. It's just my cup of tea. So, yeah. Number 8 for you.
Yeah, this one's the most controversial of my opinions.
This is where we dive. There's a
dive
great diversion.
Inception. Just straight up. I just...
This is... So, I reckon you're either two people. You're either an Inception person or you're not an Inception person. Hannah, not. I am not an Interstellar person. And the reason why I love Nolan, but the fundamental thing about Interstellar and why it doesn't work is Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, so you don't like Matthew McConaughey. I don't like Leonardo DiCaprio's character or his acting in this movie.
Oh, I'd like it. It's not a
Inception.
great.
In
My
Inception.
elevator pitch. It's about a rich guy, fighting another rich guy without knowing fighting minor heisting.
It's the fact that the reason the reason they're doing this heist mission is because of him. The reason it goes haywire is because of him. He continues just to be this mopey little annoying. He's just so incredible. I'm like, dude, move on.
Interstellar is 8 because the whole movie comes down to one thing: the relationship between father and daughter. And for two parts of the movie, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I don't believe he loved his daughter, Mackenzie Foy. And I don't believe he loved Jessica Chastain. Ellen Burstyn at the end, yep, I believe that. And I was in tears at the end. I was in tears. But, yeah, great Nolan direction, but just the acting.
I'm talking about it. No. You're wrong.
Number 7.
Number 7? What's my number 7? It's Batman Begins.
Yeah,
Shockingly enough.
Well, you know why it's shocking? Because he's got so many great movies.
Yeah,
He's so many great movies that this movie, which is a banger, is 7.
And it's Batman, so it's really hard. It's really hard for me to, because Batman kind of, like, I have a big, like, rose-colored, I like a blinders on when it comes to him. But I think it's just, I think with Begins, I love it. I love the story. And I love how, but I think that third act does get a bit haywire, which is most movies, especially superhero movies. The third act is a bit haywire.
I just think the villains are weak. I think he chose to.
I love Ra's al Ghul. I just don't think he utilized him powerful enough.
I just think the other ones are better. That is up to 6. What's your 6?
What is my 6? The Prestige, I believe.
Yeah, or my 6 is Oppenheimer. I just think it's too early to say if it's good or not. Like it's good. I've watched it twice, and you know.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're trying to go recency bias, like your Mission Impossible recency bias.
Mission Impossible. When I watch that movie, rocked me to my core. I love that movie. Rocked me to my core. That Mission Impossible movie. What am I saying? Oppenheimer's great.
It's the entity in you.
Your lovely entity is getting a bit creepy.
Shut up. No, the thing with Prestige, I was gonna put Batman Begins over it, but I think the Prestige for David Bowie alone deserves a one up. But also it is a unique story, but it feels almost identical to Batman Begins in a little bit, the feel of it, because we're having most of the same characters.
Now we're just talking about the same thing we just talked about.
What?
5 is.
5 is what's my 5?
Inception.
Oh, your 5
is my 5. This is what it should be your 5.
Mine's Interstellar.
Yeah, it's a swap.
Mate, Interstellar's fire. No, because his thing when he was watching, so because there's this part where when they go down to planets, it then the time is different to how it is on Earth.
Yeah.
And so when he goes back and he watches all these videos of his son, and then watches one of Murph's, I started crying. I was like, oh my god, I forgot. You
cried at the Jessica Chastain and Matthew McConaughey relationship? Jessica Chastain is a star. She is pantheon. But McConaughey and Jessica Chastain? Oil, water, brother.
McConaughey, like, he's just, like, sitting there and he's just crying. Like, you're thinking about how the fact he's missed all these milestones.
Hey,
and it's nothing.
Hey, Schleck.
No. You're...
Taj, what's your comedy level? 60%. Make it lower.
Oh, what is it?
Gosh, Schleck.
You're not even doing McConaughey, right? What are you doing?
He's having a stroke, I think.
No, I think I did enjoy the connection, and I love the
my
brilliant
5,
twist.
My 5 is Inception. I really like that movie, and it's one of my favorites. I thought it was going to be higher than my next one.
Yeah.
Rewatching these, got a new love for my next one. Your next one, number 4.
Yeah, it's Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer.
I love movies that just go on and go on.
Well, you want to put Oppenheimer higher.
Yeah, because I just fell in love with it. Yeah. When I walked out of the cinema and I was just like exhausted, but in a good way. Like I've just processed so much information. and my brain couldn't was fizzling out. But I love movies that just sit down and tear apart and talk, and I love going into detail. And I just, everything about it was intense, but in a good way.
My thought is Prestige, and just a simple story, two magicians fighting each other.
Yeah.
I liked it. And, you know, rewatching this movie, fell in love with it even more. Scarlett Johansson in it, Rebecca Hall's in it.
David Bowie.
David Bowie. It's a great story. I really liked it. I like magic.
I do love the fact that I love the originality of it.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
3. Hannah.
Mine is Tenet. I was gonna put Oppenheimer above Tenet, but on the rewatch, it completely I was like, oh my god, no, I love this movie. It's so much fun. It goes and goes and goes. Like it doesn't take a moment where it's like stopping. Like I was like, oh, I'm gonna just because I've seen it before and I've seen different parts. I was gonna play on my phone while watching it, but I just didn't. I was like,
so
I
good.
kept looking at it. It was like something I couldn't look away.
Love.
You have a love for Tenet.
Let's not talk about Tenet yet. Let's
talk about your number 3.
My number 3 is The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
My 1 and 2 is love.
Personal, yeah.
It's love here.
Personal preference.
The best movie that Nolan's done is Dark Knight.
I think The Dark Knight is his crowning achievement.
But I'm not doing this for anyone else. I'm doing it for me.
I think it's his crowning achievement.
Dark Knight is 3
Not
for me.
only that, it was just like a showcase of what superhero movies. It's more than just, you know.
Is that Dark Knight you too?
Dark Knight is my second. Yeah. I think it's Batman. So Batman was always going to top this list. It doesn't matter.
My number 2 is hands number 1, and that is Dark Knight Rises. Man,
yeah.
I love this movie. Seriously,
I love this movie so much.
Sometimes we zig when other people zag, but we don't do it because just to be different. We just like different things, and this movie we agree on. This movie is fantastic. Dark Knight Rises.
Incredible.
And someone has got to explain to me why people hate Dark Knight Rises.
I think it's just because they put too much pressure on it.
The Dark Knight is a great heist movie. It has a great performance in it. But overall,
The Dark Knight
Rises
is
better.
It's a really good superhero movie.
It is better.
It's a great Batman movie.
It is better.
I just enjoy. I cry every time. I love the music. I love the score.
Quotable things.
It's the most quotable one.
No time for film dark people. That will come later.
Between Batman 1989 and Dark Knight Rises, they're the two most.
Yeah.
I'll give returns. They're the most quoted Batmans.
Yeah.
It's just incredible. I love.
Do you Gary Oldman here?
So he plunges hands into the filth so you can keep yours clean. Your hands are pretty filthy.
Gary Oldman, there's a sneaky Gary Oldman role in Oppenheimer.
Yeah. We won't talk too much about it, but
I should watch it.
I love just there are a few I didn't know this person was in this.
Amazing.
Yeah, moments in
Oppenheimer. I love that movie.
Yeah, Dark Knight Rises, I think is just you go back on it. It's just an incredible.
It's a great number 1.
It's a great little action. Yeah, I could never. The thought of putting anything else just feels wrong in my heart.
But my number 1 is Tenet.
Yeah.
Look, it did save movies. Tom Cruise is right. My guy, Tom Cruise, is right. Tenet saved movies. And the fact that people didn't go see this at the movies, you missed out because it's a great cinema movie. Sound, the visuals, it's just so beautiful. It is beautiful. Yeah. I love the story. I love those mind-bending stories where you got to think and not play on your phone. I love that. That's why it's an all-time classic, and that's why I love Tenet, and that's why
I think it's got the best. It's got one of the best chemistry duos. It's got really great. We're
pretty close on these. If we were going to do an overall ranking, if we were going to do Nolan's Hall of Fame, and if we had to,
actors or
no, just Nolan's Hall of Fame, mashup of things. I think that we just have to fight about 2 things.
Our 3 are the same. I just realized.
Yeah.
3. Yeah.
It comes down to who's higher, Inception or Interstellar.
I think Interstellar. I think more people like Interstellar than Inception.
I think you're wrong.
I generally think you'll find that more people, when they saw Inception, they were like, oh my god, I love that movie. And then
it's pretty close. It's pretty close.
Interstellar, and then, Inception is just not. It doesn't hit.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
So what a great.
What a long time.
What a great, yeah, long movies. Dunkirk short, following short.
That was a great. It was great when we were having very long movies, and then Dunkirk. Oh, it's a little bit shorter than the rest.
So Nolan.
Yeah.
Great filmmaker. One of the best.
Cannot wait to see what he does next.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Oppenheimer, go see it in cinemas
see it.
now.
And then go see Barbie.
Yeah, like seriously, like
I would recommend either if you're hyped more for Barbie, see Oppenheimer than Barbie. But personal preference, I enjoyed Oppenheimer more, and it's more like it can be a lot of information. So I'd go Barbie then Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Have your fun and then chill out with a cup of coffee.
no, because when you leave Oppenheimer, you
Yeah.
So definitely, I would definitely follow Hannah's recommendations there. Go see these movies because this could be the last movies we could get for a while.
Yeah.
So
And these are the two biggest movies of the year, and
they've announced a lot of movies are not going ahead now. Challenges already moved off.
Challenges moved off too.
Yeah, it's moved to next year. They're talking about moving June Part 2, you know.
Yeah, that's...
A funny story about June Part 2, we were watching a trailer in Barbie.
Yeah. Now we're watching Oppenheimer again.
Yeah, a trailer in Oppenheimer goes, I haven't seen this trailer. I said, yeah, you did. Like, a couple of hours earlier.
And you know what was funny? I said, oh, you haven't seen this trailer? The first time we watched it. And then the second time seeing Oppenheimer, I was just looking at the trailer. Have I seen this
So
before?
go to the cinema, be with other people like this. It's so good to be in full cinemas. Like every time we've seen these movies,
yeah,
full
we
cinemas.
we saw both these movies earlier in the day, and it was like you never see like earlier in the day packed cinemas. Like
it was so good.
It's very rare here than it is.
We loved it. Thanks everyone for watching. Any comments there?
No.
Oh, great. Thanks everyone for watching.
I think we just had very intense opinions.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, and they're all right. What a show! They're all right. We've got a lot of good stuff coming up. We're dropping a review every day. Thriller Trash is a really good one this week. It's heaps of stuff on the channel. Our next live stream show is going to be a really funny one. It is Wes Anderson movies.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of them. I've seen 2.
So we're starting to watch that.
We'll see.
So we'll produce that in the next couple of weeks before the release of Asteroid City.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got some brilliant stuff coming forward in the channel, and we're gonna have to might have to pivot here with movies not coming out.
Yeah, if movies don't come out, we just go back in time. There's a lot of movies we haven't seen, or a lot of movies people should go see, streaming or otherwise.
Yeah, and I think what's next will be like. I think it'll be.
What's next for movies? Well, go back.
Yeah, well, what's next? I think for movies, and Hannah and me will be just watching a lot of movies and just fighting about them. So
Might even go.
Great stuff. Still heaps of impressions.
Oh.
Those who haven't watched our videos this week, where we did our ranking.
This year review. Kind of thing.
Half year review.
Yeah.
3 worst movies. Stick around for the post credit scenes for those 2 episodes. There's some interesting information that's been dropped in that.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for watching. Until we meet next week when we try to figure out what to watch next. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.